So we are joined this morning by Elena Couchy, who is going to be one of the presenters of a very, very important event coming up Saturday, an anti-bullying forum. But Elena, before we get into the importance of your event, I wondered if you'd play a little game with us.
Of course I would.
We like to play what we call the lightning round with our guests.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
And normally I give you two choices and you pick your favorite. But in this case, since you're going to be a presenter at a bullying forum, Dave and I thought we'd ask you who you liked least from a list of movie bullies. What do you think?
Oh, go ahead.
She's ready for this.
That's a big sigh of relief you just heard right there. I don't know what they're doing. You don't know they're movie bullies. Okay, good.
Okay, so are you familiar with the movies Back to the Future and Revenge of the Nerds?
Yep. Not the second one that you mentioned.
Really? The second one is the greatest movie of all time, says someone else who works on this
I'll
radio
have to
station.
Netflix that.
It's the third greatest movie of all time.
Okay.
The greatest is Caddyshack. Do you know that?
Oh, no.
And the second greatest.
Because she's not 50.
Second greatest is Meatballs. Do you know that?
I know Back to the Future. That's the only one that you
let's see. Do you know Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan?
I wish I was older so I could know these.
You don't need to be older. Somebody else needs to watch a movie that was done in the 21st century.
Okay. I think this was done in the 20th century. Mean Girls? You know Mean Girls?
Yes,
Okay.
Mean Girls.
All right. And do you know Toy Story?
Of course I know Toy
Okay,
Story.
so lightning round begins. Regina or Sid?
Regina.
You like Regina the least?
Little least, definitely.
Okay. Do you know Karate Kid?
Which one?
The first one.
Okay.
She thinks you're talking about the one with Jaden Smith.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the one that was made 20 years before you were born.
Yeah. No.
Okay, how about...
This was the greatest idea we've ever had.
Well, we got one. We got Regina. How about Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin?
Beauty and the Beast. Yeah.
Okay.
I never really watched... Did I watch Aladdin? Okay.
All right. Well, we got Regina out of that.
Okay.
So
there you go.
now to the important stuff. The Yuba-Sutter Stand for the Silent putting on an anti-bullying forum this Saturday. And you are one of the presenters. Tell us about your organization and what's going to happen at this forum.
Okay, so, well, my mom knows more about this than I do, but all I know is that I'm going to be getting up and speaking and telling my story and what I've been through. And we want, I think we want a support group for those who've been bullied so they have someone to go to and at least have someone to talk to about. So
Tell us a little bit about your story, if you don't mind.
My story. Well, through high school, I was bullied and basic, name calling, and it was really hard for me to deal with, and I dealt with it in a way that a lot of people usually deal with bullying. I almost took my life for it. A lot of self-harm. I was taken to mental health hospitals and put on a lot of medication, and it was really hard to cope with and really hard to deal with. And
did you feel like the system was saying we got to fix you instead of fixing the person who was bullying you?
Pretty much. I mean, they thought I was the problem, but it's hard when I'm going through all of this and I'm being blamed for my own problems.
So you're being bullied twice.
Basically, I guess you could say that. Yeah.
And how'd you get out of it?
It was a lot of support from family and friends and a lot of God. I mean, I started going to church and started reading the Bible more, and I don't know.
You feeling pretty good now?
I feel amazing now.
Apparently there's some movies you need to watch. But
Apparently.
Well, because I find that watching and hating movie bullies is very, very helpful because this may surprise you as, just based upon first appearances that, Dave and I seem like really cool guys.
Oh, so cool.
We we dealt with a lot of bullying as well.
I mean, everybody does.
Well, they do, but I think the difference now, and probably when you were in high school, is that when I got bullied, I went home from school and everything was fine.
Yeah.
I got bullied at school and stay away
it
from people.
continues because, the internet,
Right,
social media,
now you
cyberbullying.
can't go on Facebook without somebody calling your name.
No.
You can't go, you get text messages and all that stuff. What would you suggest to someone who's got that going on now?
They probably wouldn't listen to me, but don't go.
Why not? Why do you think they wouldn't listen?
I mean, they would, but, it's like one of those things, everything happens for a reason. No, everything doesn't. Yeah, everything does happen for a reason. Or don't listen to it. Don't let it get to you, but it does get to them. I mean, it's like those basic things where you really can't have to let it get to you. You just have to move on. You have such a long lifespan ahead of you, and you just can't
You're
worry
going to do
about
great things. This is just one portion of
it's
the
one
life you're gonna
person
live.
out of the world, if you think about it, and you're not alone. And even though you probably feel alone, talk to your parents about it. Open up to them, and they will listen.
Okay, so let's move the mic over to your mom. I'd like to ask her, Susie, how was this experience for you as a parent? It must have been extraordinarily difficult.
It was horrible. It really was horrible. It was. It really made me and my husband and the rest of our family just feel so powerless. And there were a lot of,
because there's some rules now in effect, but there's not nearly enough. And you go to talk to the principal, and they're like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, and I would like to give a big shout out to River Valley High School administration, because they were very supportive of me and Elena both during this entire process. I got Mama Bear is what I did. I went Mama Bear on everybody.
I can't imagine how you wouldn't want to.
No,
I'm thinking why I want to punch the people that did this already, and I didn't know them.
Oh, and let me tell you, I walked around with those feelings for a very long time, and it's one of the reasons why I waited so long to start this organization here, because I didn't want to start it in the wrong frame of mind. I wanted to be on the forgiving end of things rather than in the resentment side of things, and I know now we're approaching it in a much different way, because we don't only want to just help the people who are being bullied. We want to help the people who are doing the bullying. We want to get to the root of why they want so badly to hurt other people, because they're hurting themselves.
Yeah.
And we want to help them as well. So
you think you can?
I'm hoping we can. My hope is that we can. My big one is that we can start some peer support groups where they're able to actually talk to other kids who are experiencing the same thing, rather than adults that are throwing stuff at them that they can't relate to. They're talking to other kids who are experiencing the same feelings and wanting to hurt people the same way that they are. Maybe we can make some change, if we can get safe rooms on campuses that teachers are willing to host, where kids who are being bullied and even kids who are doing the bullying might want to have a safe place to go where that's just not tolerated in that area.
Okay, so you have this anti-bullying forum coming up Saturday, 9 o'clock at Hope Point Nazarene Church on George Washington Boulevard. But although admission is free, you are requesting RSVPs because reserve seating is limited. How do people go about RSVPing?
It's very simple. They can send an email to yssftf@yahoo.com and just RSVP that way. We will put them on a reserved list. They are filling up super fast. We're expecting a full house. So
okay, and for those who may not get in time or aren't able to attend, I would assume you're looking for support. Anybody who'd be interested in being part of your group, can they contact you the same way?
Absolutely. Yep, that is our email address. They're welcome to send an email there, and we would be happy to help them in any way that they need help, and certainly we would love people to help our organization if anybody would like to help support us.
Okay, well,
it's important work you guys are doing.
Elena, you are very brave to be a
to go through that movie list with him.
Yeah. Hey, wait, let's go back to Mom. Mom, have you ever seen Revenge of the Nerds?
Yes. Half those movies are movies from my generation.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've seen Revenge of the Nerds. Have you seen Caddyshack?
That's actually one I have not, but I've been told I should.
Okay. All right, and we'll leave you. So you wouldn't know Ogre.
No, but just the name alone, I'm going to have to pick Ogre.
Same here.
And one quick sports question for Mom. In our email exchange, you said you know somebody who's married to somebody who pitches for the Cardinals?
I do. I'm friends with Lee Choate, who is married to Randy Choate. He's a relief pitcher for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
I'm really bummed about last night's game.
Well,
and actually, Trevor Rosenthal did a video for our particular organization.
No kidding.
No, yeah, we're going to be showing it at the forum. So.
Wow.
That's fantastic. All right, you guys, good luck with your event. Thanks so much for
Thank
coming
you.
in this morning. We sure do appreciate it.